right, so let's do a quick video. Hopefully it's gonna be under 20 minutes. So last time we were trying to um, explain where the money went after the whole gold sell-off, and apparently it didn't go to the dollar, but rather went to treasuries. Um, so you can see here that the US 10 actually went up, and it's kind of moving forward. The opportunity cost is is going higher. So that means that people are becoming risk averse and you know moving to treasuries. So it's gonna take off treasuries for a while, and so yeah, I mean, I think uh, I think this is pretty telling. I think today we had a presidential address, you know, regarding the war and everything, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I think the chart explains pretty well um, what is going through right now. So, what is going on right now with the war and the whole picture. So, I feel like I don't have much to say. I feel like the chart can tell you what's going on right now. you know, you know what I mean? So, just to see how the market reacted. Um, Things are getting just pretty terrible, like in my opinion. Just like everything all this time long, like things don't seem to stop. It's 1.5 pre-market. You know, the dollar keeps going up. It's not going up as high as oil is going. So it's oil just basically like rose, like it's going up pretty fast. Um, so you know, um, so where it's gonna take us? Um, oil is approaching. After this Monday Trump tweet, basically oil recovered that Trump tweet dive, and apparently it's going to take the previous highs over here. I think the current sentiment is pretty bearish. If you haven't noticed it already, um, gold has been going up for a while. Has recovered. Um, and gold might reach 5,000 soon again, after dipping almost to the 4,000 level. So just gonna watch how gold moves and reacts. Um, yeah, I mean, I think lately it's been a pretty narrative-driven, uh, news-driven price action. Um, so it's pretty much sold all week long. The previous week. This was the ceasefire candle, and they sold it. They sold the ceasefire candle. The stock sold the ceasefire candle, um, and it was a pretty bearish Friday close. Closed pretty low. So um, the week closed pretty low. Oil uh, reached again the previous resistance levels, retook the previous resistance levels, finishing the week on Friday. So um, so yeah, I mean, just have to look, you know. So yeah, I mean, my past prediction was basically that um, I was thinking that it was going to go flat, starting here, it was going to go flat, and eventually it was going to go down. You know, I was thinking about this possibility that I might just take out some shorts here. That will be like the Max Payne scenario, but it didn't happen. Um, and basically, um, yeah, I mean, you just stay here for a while, and looks to be like the it was very tough, you know. So I said that if price stayed like this for a while, it will eventually just collapse, and it did and it did stay like this, you know, and then just collapsed immediately. I was hoping for a quick, you know, stop hunt, but it didn't happen. It just went straight down. So that's where we're at right now. It went straight down, 66, and then at the end of the week, and then it got a bit interesting once the week started. Once Monday, um, Bitcoin reacted. It was moving interestingly during the weekend. It was taking went out. It took the lows, and yeah, I feel like there's not much business here to do to short for shorting. Considering we're in a bear market, I will say that if you want to short, you'll have to short around these levels. I was hoping to get 69, but um, I wasn't awake when it happened. I set my alert here at 69 so I could place a short, but it didn't happen. It just went straight down. I was hoping I could catch something up here, but price just went down and faster than I could react. So just gonna be really careful about shorting like mid levels, considering how volatile, considering how just the opening of the week um, on Monday went up, and then um, they started buying. People started buying. Um, you know, yeah, Asia and Europe has been buying America, and yeah, I mean they've been buying. I mean Monday, Tuesday, just been. And, I mean they've just been buying off the lows. Basically, I think the algos are leading this push upward, and yeah, I mean it just went and took the 24 level. I placed a short actually at 68, 68, 700 here, but I just closed it later on, like at a break even, um, because it wasn't moving much. I think around this area, it was around these candles. I should have kept it short, but it happens. Things happen. You cannot win them all. But it says that it was right decision to short. This level. I was watching a couple of other indicators. I was watching that the U.S. oil was suddenly rising, so that um, made me react to it. Made me decide to look for short. Oil was basically going spiking. So, but Bitcoin didn't react much to it. Um, I think it was around this area. I think it was around this area. I started shorting. No, it was Tuesday. Yeah. Um, maybe around this area. Yeah, it was around this area, about 24,000. And I started shorting here, Bitcoin, but Bitcoin just didn't drop immediately thereafter. It just started to um, here, I shorted here. It just started to just like how I say um uh like consolidate, started not to do a lot of things here. So, but the stocks really experienced a sell-off. So, but Bitcoin just didn't react. It just waited for the US Open. Um, so yeah, I mean we are at you know range lows again, originally, but the way they bought Tuesday and Monday is just quite interesting, and I will be very cautious. I'm actually very cautious right now to sell here, to short, to keep shorting, considering that they tend to do this. They tend to make like a huge buys like this just to take up some shorts and then reach the resistance level, which was perfect 24K, and it's just a short again. So right now it was the time to short. I think it's gonna keep down going down further. Um, I will look up for shorts or spikes, but right now it's not the place to short right now. I feel like it's overly short. Some shorts in the game in the system right now. So I will wait for a spike, or some other confirmation, considering how predatory the market is. And bear markets are more predatory than bull markets. So I just got to be cautious on and not be too eager to enter trades. Just gonna wait for them for confirmations and A plus setups. Um, so yeah, I mean that's currently my prediction. Just gonna draw some lines here. I think once candles just drop this quick, it just means that it just it's purposely done so you don't have chance to get a generational short. You know what I mean? So that means that price went down that fast means that this was the right place to short. You know what I mean? So they took the price away from this place, short ideal short place. So that means that it probably will go down further. You know, so um, so yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty explanatory, self-explanatory the current scenario, considering the war, considering that there seems to be no end in sight, and things just gonna get worse. You know, so and what else can we talk about? Yeah, I mean, just just keep your cool and don't rush into trades. I mean, of course, everything looks to be shortable. Everything looks to be too short. But sometimes the short is hard. To get to nail. You know, I know that the world is ending and the sky is falling, but sometimes nailing that short, it's difficult business. So you just gotta accept that you missed the trade and just move on to the next one. And you're gonna have an optimistic hope view to it, and would advise people to not over leverage, to reduce size considering the environment. But things might change. I think things seem to move more logically. I don't know. Depends. To see how it plays out. Um, Again, we are in a bear market. We are not in a bull market, and things are breaking, pretty hard. And and I think the effects of the war has on are irreparable at this point. They are, um, going to be long lasting already. It's not something that can be fixed just by ending it. I think the effects gonna be long lasting, and yeah, I feel just gotta be cautious. Just gotta resist the urge to short mid 60s and just wait for the short. Wait for a good spike. I know it's easier said than done, but that's my current prediction on. Yeah, I mean, I think the current presidential address just changed a whole lot. Changed the landscape a whole lot. So yeah, I mean, let's see how this turns out. You know, um, it's pretty high here. High, 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 high. That's what you that's what you buy here. You're supposed to buy. You're supposed to buy here. No, here. I think this is a resistance level here. Resistance level here. Right. So you're supposed to buy whenever the dollar, um, whenever it starts to sell a lot, and that seems to be around here. So either wait for the dollar to reach resistance to buy, or reach support to sell. Just like here, sell, 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 sell here. So I mean, this wasn't the right trade, but just closed it too early. Just closed it. But things happened. I was waiting for 69, but just didn't come. I just wasn't there. Just hope for the next trade. And I think that'll be it. It was a quick recap, and yeah, let's let's hope for the best and just take care in this very perilous time.